Good day, first world travellers, and welcome back. Today I am on the gorgeous Isla Holbox, an island just a few hours north of Valladolid and Cancun. Now, one of the things I was worried about before I came here was how to get here, how to get around, how to get money out, things like that. So in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about coming to Isla Holbox. Let's go. So welcome to Isla Holbox. Look at my tan, amazing. We're going to start off by having a look at some accommodation options. Well, one of them. This is the hostel I'm staying at. I'll put the name of it down the bottom, and I love it. For those of you that have been watching my channel for a long time, you might remember when I went to Gili in Indonesia last year. This is very similar to that kind of place. It's a typical beach island type of accommodation. You can see behind me there's tents, so there is a camping option here. You have regular tents, but also you have these sort of things like hammocks that you can sleep in. They do have a cover thing for mosquitoes, more on mosquitoes in a little bit. Or you can stay in one of these cabanas. Wonderful. And it's basically just like a dorm room. We're going to have a look inside my one. So here's my room. As you can see, you've got a double bed down there, which someone's in. There's my bed over there. So you've got 4 beds, and upstairs there is another area as well. Let's go in the bathroom. Turn the light on. There we go. Lovely picture up there. 2 showers, and the toilet is in there. You'll notice that on the beds there aren't any mosquito nets. It's just one of those things you'll have to live with. Yes, you do get bitten by mosquitoes. Anytime from about 8 o'clock pretty much, you don't want to go outside because you will be attacked by a swarm of mosquitoes. Yeah, it's just one of those things. The one up above does have a mosquito net, and I'm sure if you want to spend a bit more money, you can probably get a place with a mosquito net. That's enough of this place. Let's go. This hostel also does have a place where you can wash your clothes. It has separate toilets, and it does have a kitchen as well in there, so you can cook your own food. The utensils, there aren't that many of them. There's 1 knife. Okay, so you do have to share your things, but that's what living in a hostel is like. Unfortunately, actually fortunately, it's a good thing because you get to mix with people. So we're going to go out now. I'm going to go down to the ferry terminal and talk about how to get here. So here we are at the ferry terminal. Now, before I get started, I'm going to find somewhere which is less noisy and less windy. Okay, that's a bit better. Now, it's a bit difficult for me to give you exact details on how to get from Cancun to Holbox because your travel does depend on 2 separate things. So those are the time of day that you're traveling and also the class of vehicle that you're using. So I'm talking 2nd class bus, express boat, things like that. But I'll tell you my example. So I went from Cancun Central Ado bus station to a place called Chiquilla, which is a town on the mainland just opposite Holbox. It's where you get the boat from. And I went with Mayor buses, which is basically a 2nd class bus. It cost me 140 pesos, and I'll put all the different currencies down there on the screen to help you out. And it takes about 3 hours, okay? And it is a direct bus, so 3 hours might sound like a bit of a long time, but the reason it is so long is because there's speed bumps all the way, and it takes a bit of a while, but you get there in the end. When you get to Chiquilla, you get off the bus, you take a little walk, it's like 2 minutes towards the sea, and you'll see the boat companies. And there's lots of boat companies, but there's 2 main ones. There's the red one and the blue one. The red one is the express boat, so it's a lot quicker. It's slightly more expensive, obviously. And there's the blue one, which is the slow one, which is the one I got. Again, this cost me 140 pesos. Even though it's a slow boat, it only took about half an hour, which, isn't the end of the world. You can live with that. Wonderful. So that's how I got here. On to now a little bit more about getting around on this island and also how to get money out. I would advise, if you're coming to Holbox for a few days, leave your suitcase in Cancun or wherever you're coming from if you can, and bring some sort of baggage that you can carry, like a backpack or something like that, just to make your life easier. Because when I got here, the roads were literally flooded. There'd been bad rain the night before, and I won't show you my suitcase because it is literally covered in mud and clay, and I was covered in it as well. So just to make your life easier, getting to your hotel or hostel, whatever, it might be an idea not to bring a suitcase. However, there is a better way of doing it. You can get one of these things, which is one of these yellow taxi things. So you'll notice that some of them are quite small, so there isn't room in all of them to put luggage if you've got a lot of luggage, but some of them are bigger. And if for whatever reason your Google Maps or Maps Me are not working when you get here, which happened to me, just pop to this place. Just as you come out of the ferry terminal, there's a really helpful guy in there who'll give you a map. He'll tell you where to go to get to your hostel, things like that. He was a lifesaver. Brilliant. Now when you get off the boat and you walk up this road, you will see these Wi-Fi signs everywhere. Don't get excited because there is no Wi-Fi in this area as you get off the boat. The Wi-Fi is in the central square, which is where we're going now. And even then, it's intermittent at best. So don't rely on it. You know, if you do have a problem with maps, things like that, try and download maps before you get here. Or take screenshots of maps. At least then you can find your place. Okay? And as you walk up the street, you'll notice there are electric bikes available to rent. You can also rent like a golf cart if you want, a bit like that one, to make your trip around Isla Holbox a little bit easier. See what I mean about flooded roads? Yeah, you have to kind of wade through flooded streets. It's not particularly bad right now. The other day when I got here, literally this whole road was like a river. So yeah, just be prepared for that. There's another example of accommodation, Coconut. Again, there's a lot of camping places here. So if you want that al fresco outside living experience, Holbox is the place for you. So we're just heading into the central square now on Isla Holbox. To be honest, it's the area where there's the most life, there's the most going on. Let's talk about tours. So behind me, somewhere over there, Willie's Tours. That's just one of the many tour places you can visit on Isla Holbox to book tours like whale shark swimming. You can swim with whale sharks. This is particularly pricey, but that's what you'd expect on a tourist island. You can also rent the golf carts there. It's 24 hours worth for 1,500 pesos. Again, I think that's quite pricey, but it's up to you. I think if you're coming here for a holiday, unlike me, you know, I'm traveling long term, you'll probably have a bit more money to spend on things like that. So to be honest, it's the best way to get around, especially if you want to explore the island. So ATMs and money. Coming to an island without cash is probably inadvisable, but I've done it. Over here is a building that says ATM on the side. Now, many people might say to you that there are no ATMs on Isla Holbox, or they only dispense money in US dollars. And this is kind of true, kind of not true, because behind me is literally the only ATM on this island. It's a Bancoma, proper bank one, okay? And it dispenses money in Mexican pesos, which is awesome. All of the other ones, you see a lot of little small ones that's in the middle of nowhere or in shops. They dispense money in US dollars, and it clearly says dollars on it, so you won't get mixed up. Okay, so tip of the day, basically, you don't have to be a genius. Search on Google Maps, Bancoma ATM, and save it on your phone, and you'll be able to find it. It's right in the central square. Simple, just up those stairs. Now, in terms of food, the food choices on this island are abundant. So I went to a place just over there the other night, Restaurante Pizzeria Edelin, whatever it's called. And the thing is about food on this island, because it is very tourist orientated, to be honest, I wasn't too impressed with the food, because compared to everywhere else I've been in Mexico so far, it wasn't very authentic. You know, the quesadillas just tasted like something I could make myself with some tortillas and some cheddar cheese. So, you know, but that's what you expect from this sort of place. There are, however, places you can eat which are more authentic Mexican food, particularly Mexican food from this part of Mexico, so salbutes, panuchos, that kind of thing, Yucatan food, that kind of thing. So yeah, just on some swings, chilling. I'm on the main beach now, just a short walk from the central square, and as you can see, I can actually walk in the water with my stabilizer and my phone, because the water is very shallow until you get obviously further out. So it's a nice place to kind of like paddle, chill out, sunbathe in the water, which as you can tell I've been doing because I'm so brown. Lovely. I believe that was pretty much everything that I was worried about before I came to Isla Holbox. Hopefully you found this useful in terms of planning your trip, and hopefully it's alleviated a few worries or fears. It's not rocket science, to be honest with you, but sometimes when you travel long term, you forget to think about these things. You forget to get money out, you forget to worry about how to get there, that sort of thing. Hence why I did this video. Don't forget to check out the rest of my Mexico playlist, because there's literally tons of videos in there, loads of them. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you can add anything more to this video in terms of Isla Holbox Basics, please do in the comments. That would be great. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.